Can you bulge bust 9mm in a Lee app press? Stay tuned and find out. Hey guys, welcome back to the bench. I have my Lee app press set up here, and I just got this press in the last week or so. And one of the primary reasons why I got this press was to quickly process 9mm brass. I'll probably try some other cartridges too, but primarily it was for 9mm. I wanted a fast way to kind of decap cartridges, and you can see here, this thing pretty much goes, you know, just as fast as you can go. It does occasionally hang up, but my experience has been it's worked pretty darn good. I've not had too much trouble with it. But one of the other processes that I run after I clean all my cartridges in the wet tumbling process, I like to go back and bulge bust my 9mm. And then after it's bulge busted, then I'll run it through my Lee Pro 1000 and do the full load on it, which means running that case back through the die. The 9mm has a slight taper to it, so it's important that if you do bulge bust that you go back and run it through the die so that you can get your taper back. Well, I figured out they don't even make a bulge busting kit for the Lee app press for 9mm. And I think the reason why is, here's the older kit here from Lee, and they used to recommend the 9mm Makarov die, which I've got here, and I've bulge busted a ton of brass through this thing. I couldn't even tell you how much. And but I think Lee had some issues with this carbon ring here cracking. You know, when people would use it, maybe the ring was manufactured too tight and the bullet was too big. I don't really know, or the case was too big, but for whatever reason, this would crack. So, you know, Lee decided, hey, we're not gonna recommend the 9mm Makarov die. Online, I know a lot of guys have had very good success, as I have. I've done a lot of 9mm through here and not had any trouble with this die. Others have had the issue with it cracking, and so Lee finally pulled their recommendation for 9mm to go through here. So anyway, as I got to looking at it, I was like, well, is there any way I can make this work on this press? So what I did is I just took the shell plate carrier out here from the Lee and removed the 9mm shell plate, and then put in the little plunger here from the bulge busting kit. Remember, this is the bulge busting kit that actually, the old version that you would put on a single stage press. Just stuck that in there. I'll remove my decapper and then push that in through the top. And you can see the plunger there sticking up. And then I just ran the Makarov die in through the bottom. And basically what I did is I just lined the plate up flush with the top here. You can see it's kind of sitting flush at the top. And then I loaded up my 10 rounds into the case feeder assembly. And if you look at the cartridges, as you put them down, you need to put them with the head of the cartridge facing up. So all these are going to go in facing up, and we'll just load 10 of these up real quick. Okay, there we go. And to my surprise, when I actually went to go run this thing, it seems to work just fine. There you go. That was 10 cases we just ran through there. Each of these is bulge busted. You can see the little shiny section on it. And I've ran, I think in the last week, I've run about 500 or 600 of these cases through here, and I've not had any issues. Well, I take that back. I have had one issue. I've had the occasion where this cartridge will go forward into the shell plate carrier, and when the claws release it'll tumble out. About 1 out of every 50 it'll do that. and I'm not sure if it's getting caught on something or what, but it's only 1 out of 50. And honestly, this case feeder assembly, when you're just doing decapping, it has issues from time to time anyway. So the failure rate on the bulge busting of those tumbling out is no greater than it is when you're doing the depriming. So it seems to work great. Like I said, I've not had any issues with it. So for you guys that are curious about bulge busting on the Lee app press, this is what I did. Seems to work fine. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments.